Hey there, thought I'd do a comparison video today of a couple of denim shirts from different times, I guess you'd call it. So we've got the Ironheart IHSH33, we have the Mr. Freedom Sportsman Lot A Snowy, and a Kapital denim shirt. No fancy name for that one. Alright, first up is the Ironheart IHSH33. This was purchased in November 2012. It's been my most worn denim shirt out of the three. There's a nice vertical gradient in terms of the colour. As you can get an idea, it's kind of looking lighted towards the bottom in terms of the indigo, looking quite nice in how it's developing there. For a compare and contrast, looking around the collars, there's some nice roping that's developed on the collar, and a little bit of the indigo that's kept in there as well. The shoulder, some nice roping coming through there as well. Nice stitching, held up quite well. So this is going on six years with lots of wear, quite a few washes over the years. I wear it quite a bit and I treat it like a shirt more than anything else. The buttons, these were originally silver. Oops, which button am I looking at? They were originally silver, but with time the silver's kind of brushed off and now a brass button, I guess you'd say. There's an example of a more silver one, and up here is a silver looking button still. So the lower down they've got the kind of less silver they got left on them, but I do like that as it's kind of worn in, the colours changed there. Quick shot of my elbow mark, just in comparison of how it kind of has worn through, and then I'll jump through to the Mr. Freedom, quick side by side. Whoa, it's difficult to do it in my arm. There you go. So the Mr. Freedom, as you can see, is still a fair bit darker. Doing a bit of a collar comparison. The collars have definitely worn differently. No better, no worse, just differently. The stitching, the V stitching of the V triple stitching of the Ironheart shirt, which I do love as a triple stitching detail, is missing on both of the remaining shirts based on the way that they've been stitched. But the pattern that comes through as a result of that's pretty cool as well on the Ironheart shirt. So going through to the Mr. Freedom shirt. So this is the Lot A shirt from I think around 2014. The central area, I don't know what you'd call it, where the buttons are, has definitely taken on a weird colour, or it's kind of worn in very interestingly. Probably not my favourite detail of the shirt. I'm also not overly too fond of how the pocket stitchings come through over the years as well. The roping that's come through up the front, I quite like how that looks. This pocket was just in the last wash, so that's normally down. This shirt's also had a few washes. I do like how the collars come through on this, which I'll get a close-up of in a second. So this is also fading quite nicely towards the bottom where it kind of interacts with the real world more. So this has got 2 years less wear on it than the Ironheart shirt. I wear this shirt mostly to work. The Ironheart shirt's my winter kind of go-to shirt, whereas this is a bit too light to wear in winter. This is a bit of a lighter shirt. So it's coming on quite nicely. Isn't as advanced as the Ironheart shirt, it's a few years behind. Let's look at the collar. Last view. The Kapital shirt. This is a really lightweight shirt. So no selvage, no real fancy details on this shirt at all. That does always stay up. I haven't managed to get that to go down at all. It does have the sneaky red tab on it, good old Kapital. This is a really lightweight shirt. It's probably a summer denim shirt. When I wear it, I just kind of wear it as an overshirt. It's not thick enough to wear in fall or spring. Definitely not a winter shirt. It's got the single V as opposed to the triple V of the Ironheart. Stitching, not really seeing anything too fancy coming through here. The bar tack is quite nice. It's missing on the other two shirts. Buttons are, I think they're meant to be a plain mother of pearl buttons. I don't actually think they are mother of pearl buttons. I think they're just white. Hard to say. There's really nothing fussy about the shirt. It's the plainest of the three. I think this is a 2015 shirt, so it's got about a year and a half, 2 years worth of wear on it. It's starting to fade very slightly towards the bottom, but it was very light to begin with, and really no special details at all about this shirt. It's not trying to be anything special, and it's not anything special. The Mr. Freedom and Ironheart shirts for comparison. Just going to try to pull back up. You kind of put them side by side, a similar-ish pocket pattern. The execution of the Kapital shirt is just a little bit simpler. Like the details of the pocket being tucked in is very nice on the Mr. Freedom shirt. I think I've put some good details in there. The selvage detail poking through on the Mr. Freedom shirt is a nice addition, and that missing on the Kapital shirt is just a little bit of a downer. Still wear the shirt in summer. It's still a nice shirt. It is in the rotation, just due to being a really lightweight fabric. It doesn't get a lot of wear. It's just too thin to be used for much. It's, yeah, probably what, 10 ounce, 11 ounce, maybe even less. Alright, that's a quick look at the 3 denim shirts in 3 different stages of wear. All of them get worn. The Ironheart shirt definitely gets worn the most, and probably out of the 3 is my favourite. There you have it. If you got any questions on the comparison, let me know.